Cancer, pay attention to what you are about to hear, because the signs are everywhere and they are pointing to something that could change the way you experience your life from this moment forward. Something is shifting in your emotional world. Not in the chaotic, destabilizing way you have experienced before, but in a way that feels deeper, more intentional, and more permanent than anything that has come before. You are entering a new emotional phase. And if you have been feeling things more intensely lately, if certain memories have been rising to the surface, if your tolerance for emotional dishonesty has dropped to nearly zero, those are not signs that something is wrong. They are signs that something is profoundly right. Your emotional body is recalibrating itself for a season of unprecedented clarity, depth, and peace. And this message is going to show you exactly what that looks like through 10 unmistakable signs that this new phase has already begun. Sign 1. The first clear sign that you are entering a new emotional phase is the way your tears have changed. Cancer, you have always been someone who cries. You cry when you are sad, when you are overwhelmed, when you are touched by beauty, when you witness kindness. But lately, the quality of your tears has shifted. They are no longer the tears of someone who is drowning. They are the tears of someone who is releasing. There is a difference, and it is enormous. The old tears felt heavy, like they pulled you deeper into the emotion without ever fully resolving it. You would cry and still feel the weight sitting in your chest when the tears were done. But the tears you are experiencing now feel cleansing. They come, they flow, and when they stop, you feel lighter. You feel clearer. You feel as though something that was stuck has finally been set free. This is the emotional body completing cycles that were left unfinished, sometimes for years, sometimes for decades. And each time one of those cycles completes, you reclaim a piece of your energy that was being used to hold the unprocessed emotion in place. Cancer, do not be alarmed if you find yourself crying at unexpected moments during this season. It is not a breakdown, it is a release. And every tear that falls is making room for a joy that cannot enter while the grief is still occupying the space. Sign 2. The second sign is the way your patience has expanded, particularly with yourself. Cancer, you have always been patient with others. You have waited for people to change, given second and third and 10th chances, held space for growth that never seemed to come. But with yourself, you have been merciless. You punished yourself for mistakes. You berated yourself for feelings you thought you should not have. You held yourself to standards so impossibly high that failure was guaranteed before you even began. But something is softening. You are beginning to extend to yourself the same patience you have always given others. When you make a mistake, instead of spiraling into self-criticism, you are starting to say, "That is okay, I am learning." When you feel an emotion that seems irrational or inconvenient, instead of shoving it down, you are allowing it to exist without judgment. When you fall short of your own expectations, instead of declaring yourself a failure, you are recognizing the progress you have already made and trusting that the rest will come in time. This shift is quiet, but it is revolutionary. Because self-patience is the soil from which every other form of growth emerges. When you stop fighting yourself, you free up enormous amounts of energy that can be directed toward building the life you actually want. And Cancer, the life you want is closer than you think. It has been waiting on the other side of your self-compassion all along. Sign 3. The third sign that this new emotional phase has begun is the way your dreams have changed. Both the ones you have while sleeping and the ones you carry while awake. Cancer, your dream life has always been vivid. You dream in color, in emotion, in narrative. Your subconscious communicates with you through imagery that is sometimes beautiful, and sometimes disturbing, but always meaningful. And lately, the content of those dreams has shifted. You may be dreaming of water more frequently, of oceans that are calm rather than stormy, of swimming in clear pools rather than fighting against currents. You may be dreaming of homes you have never lived in, but that feel deeply familiar, as though your soul recognizes them even if your conscious mind does not. You may be dreaming of people from your past, but instead of the encounters being painful, they are peaceful, as though something has been resolved in the dream realm that could not be resolved in waking life. These changes in your dream landscape are reflecting the emotional shifts happening beneath the surface of your awareness. Your subconscious is processing, integrating, and releasing at a rate that far exceeds what your conscious mind can keep up with. And the result is that you are waking up different. Subtly, gradually, but unmistakably different. Lighter, calmer, more emotionally available for the life that is waiting for you when you open your eyes each morning. Sign 4. The fourth sign is the way you have started feeling other people's emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Cancer, you are one of the most empathic signs in the zodiac, which means you do not just observe other people's feelings, you absorb them. Walking into a room full of tension has always felt like walking into a wall. Being around someone who is grieving has always felt like grieving yourself. And for most of your life, this empathic absorption was unfiltered. You took everything in without the ability to distinguish between what was yours and what belonged to someone else. But in this new emotional phase, something has changed. You can still feel what others are feeling, but there is a new layer of awareness that allows you to hold their emotions without losing yourself in them. You can sit with someone who is in pain and feel genuine compassion without taking their pain into your own body. You can sense the tension in a room without letting it dismantle your inner peace. This is not emotional detachment. This is emotional mastery. In Cancer, it is one of the most significant developments you could ever experience, because it means you can continue to be the deeply feeling, deeply caring person you have always been, without paying the devastating price that empathy used to extract from your nervous system, your energy, and your mental health. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Sign 5. The fifth sign is a growing intolerance for emotional dishonesty, both from others and from yourself. Cancer, you have spent much of your life in environments where people said one thing and felt another, where smiles covered resentment, where polite words masked manipulation, and where emotional truth was considered inappropriate or burdensome. And for a long time you played along. You sensed the dishonesty but did not challenge it because the cost of truth-telling seemed too high. You might lose the relationship. You might be labeled difficult. You might shatter the fragile peace that everyone was pretending was real. But in this new phase, the cost of silence has become higher than the cost of truth. You are finding it physically uncomfortable to participate in emotional dishonesty. Your body tenses when someone says they are fine and you can feel that they are not. Your stomach turns when you catch yourself minimizing your own feelings to keep someone else comfortable. Your spirit rebels against every interaction that requires you to pretend. This intolerance is not a flaw. It is a feature of your evolution. It is your emotional system raising its standards to match the depth of the phase you are entering. And while it may create temporary friction in relationships that were built on a foundation of pleasant pretending, it is also clearing the path for connections that are built on something far more solid: the truth. Cancer, the truth has always been your native language. You just forgot it for a while because the world made you feel like speaking it would cost you too much. But the cost of not speaking it has been far greater. And now that you are reclaiming your voice, you are going to discover that the people who truly belong in your life are not threatened by your honesty. They are hungry for it. Sign 6. The sixth sign is the way you are beginning to feel at home in your own skin. Cancer, for much of your life you have felt like a visitor in your own body. Your emotional world was so vast and so consuming that the physical world, your own body included, sometimes felt like an afterthought. You lived from the neck up, in your thoughts and feelings, while your body went about its business largely unattended. But in this new phase, you are reconnecting with your physical self in a way that feels gentle and deeply nourishing. You are noticing the sensation of warm water on your hands when you wash a dish. You are feeling the ground beneath your feet when you walk. You are tasting your food with a presence that turns even a simple meal into an experience. This return to the body is not coincidental. It is a natural consequence of the emotional clearing that is happening inside you. As the old emotions release, you become more present. And as you become more present, the body stops being a container for unexpressed feelings and starts being a home. A place where you feel safe. A place where you belong. Cancer, this experience of being at home in your own body is something that many people never achieve. And the fact that it is unfolding for you now is a sign of just how far your emotional evolution has come. Sign 7. The seventh sign is a new relationship with time. Cancer, you have always had a complicated relationship with time. You have tended to live in the past, replaying memories, revisiting conversations, mourning what was lost. Or you have lived in the future, anxiously anticipating what might go wrong, planning for scenarios that may never arrive. But in this new emotional phase, you are beginning to experience something rare and beautiful. The present moment. Not as a concept or a spiritual aspiration, but as a lived reality. You are finding yourself fully here, in this moment, without the pull of the past or the push of the future. And in those moments of pure presence, you are discovering something that has always been true but that you could not feel before. This moment is enough. You are enough. Everything you need is already here. This shift in your relationship with time is going to change everything. Because when you stop living in the past or the future, you suddenly have access to all of the energy you were spending on regret and worry. And that energy is enormous, Cancer. It is enough to build the life you have always wanted, if you can learn to stay present long enough to direct it intentionally. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Sign 8. The 8th sign is the way gratitude is beginning to arise spontaneously in your daily life. Cancer, gratitude used to be something you practiced intentionally. You would remind yourself to be thankful. You would list your blessings as a discipline, sometimes even when you did not feel particularly blessed. And while that intentional practice had value, the gratitude you are beginning to experience now is different. It is not something you are doing. It is something that is happening to you. You are being moved to gratitude by things you used to take for granted. The sound of rain, the warmth of a blanket, the fact that you woke up this morning, the existence of someone who genuinely cares about you. These moments of spontaneous gratitude are not small. They are evidence of a profound emotional shift. Because gratitude, real gratitude, the kind that arises from the depths of your being without effort or prompting, is only possible when the heart is open. And Cancer, your heart is opening in ways it has not been open in years. The walls are coming down. The armor is softening. And through the gaps, gratitude is pouring in like sunlight through a window that has finally been unshuttered. Sign 9. The 9th sign is a sense of emotional courage that you have not felt before. Cancer, you have always been brave in certain ways. You have endured things that would have crushed most people. You have shown up for others during their worst moments with a steadiness that borders on superhuman. But the courage you are developing now is different. It is the courage to be vulnerable. The courage to say, I need help. The courage to admit, I do not have all the answers. The courage to walk into a situation without knowing the outcome and trusting that you will be okay regardless. This emotional courage is going to transform your life. Because every area where you have been stuck, every place where fear has been holding you back, is about to become accessible. Not because the fear disappears, but because you are developing the capacity to move forward in its presence. And Cancer, that is the truest definition of courage. Not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. You are becoming braver than you have ever been. And the life that is waiting on the other side of that bravery is more beautiful than anything your fear ever allowed you to imagine. Sign 10. The 10th and final sign that you are entering an important new emotional phase is the most telling of all, and it is simply this. You can feel it. Not because someone told you it was happening, not because you read it in a prediction or heard it in a message, but because something inside you knows. There is a quiet, unshakable knowing in the center of your being that says, something is different now. Something has changed. Something is about to bloom. And Cancer, that knowing is the most reliable compass you possess. It is more accurate than any horoscope, more trustworthy than any advice from even the wisest friend, more dependable than any external sign or synchronicity. Because that knowing comes from the deepest part of you, the part that existed before you were born and will continue long after this life is over. And it is telling you, clearly and unmistakably, that the emotional phase you are entering is unlike anything you have experienced before. It is a phase of integration, where the fragmented pieces of your emotional history come together into a unified whole. It is a phase of clarity, where the fog that has obscured your path for so long begins to lift. It is a phase of expansion, where your capacity for love, for joy, for peace, and for connection grows beyond anything you previously thought possible. And it is a phase of arrival, where you finally stop searching for the place you belong and realize that you have been standing in it all along. Cancer, welcome to this new chapter of your emotional life. You did not stumble into it by accident. You earned it through every tear you shed, every wound you healed, every battle you fought in silence, and every time you chose love when the easier option was to close your heart. This phase is your reward, and it is only the beginning of everything that is on its way to you now. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.